All right, moving on. Daredevil Born Again is well underway. We have all the set pictures and all this stuff, and there's the whole conversation about the actors for Foggy and Karen not being brought back, despite us not really knowing
Yeah,
the reason why everyone wants to jump on the fact that they're recasting and it's not connected to the Netflix stuff. But then you have the showrunner coming out here saying that he's treating this like season 4.
Yeah, it's is he the current showrunner? Because from what information I got,
it's the Born Again showrunner. Yeah.
Okay, because
he's treating this like season 4.
Yeah,
which I think personally it tells you what you need to know. Like this is this is season 4.
Yeah, it's if this is how they're gonna go with it, then this is season 4. If they are going to recast the roles for Foggy and Karen, then they can do that. If this is a version of the continuation of the Netflix Daredevil, then it's so okay. But if they don't, I mean, they don't have to acknowledge them. They could just keep it going and call back to certain things from the Netflix series. But for some reason, it's like people want an act like, I guess, want a one-to-one continuation with everyone reprising the roles, continuing stuff from that. And for me, I'm like, for as good as Netflix Daredevil is, there was a lot of filler where you don't really see Charlie doing much, and it's just them talking. So
no, because I couldn't distinctly. It's funny how people just forget.
Yeah.
People hated Karen in that show.
Yeah.
Then there was a whole episode. I think it was season 3. I think it was the last one. Like episode 7 was just Karen.
Yeah.
And everyone hated it.
And that's the weird thing about it, is that people forget. They only remember the good sequences and the good episodes, but forget about the bad ones where, for one reason or another, it was more so about the side characters and what they're doing, and most of the times it was, for me, it was kind of mundane and slow. And then you see, you see Daredevil either so beat up he can't do nothing, so you just see him like sleeping or trying to recoup while you follow Foggy or Karen around. And it's cool to see them do stuff from time to time, but if like they're the main pull of an episode and it's mostly non-eventful, or they're just spinning the wheels until they can get have Daredevil back into the picture again. Most people hated those episodes, so it's like, I don't know what people want at this point in time. It's just like,
I say my the way I'm choosing to look at it is, if the showrunner's treating it like season 4, then it's a spiritual season 4. Part of Daredevil in the comics is he goes off and he isolates himself.
Yeah,
he has so many stories where it's just Daredevil, and he goes off with all that Elektra and all this. So we know Punisher's going to be in it. There's no doubt going to be other people. Like, sure, they've recast Vanessa. Like that's an unfortunate one, but hey ho, you can't get everyone back all the time.
I do like how they are bringing back Daredevil, but the weird thing about it for me, the Punisher, the bringing back him, I was surprised, and that was a good call. But what I guess to me is, are they going to keep the skull, or are they going to go with the new skull? Or are they going to make or are they going to make a brand new skull?
I can see them keeping it, to be honest. I'm not entirely sure, but that's something I haven't really thought about. They could change it, but I think at the same time,
if they do keep it, hopefully they put, if they can find a narrative beat for it, they could put in that that sequence in one of the Punisher books, where they have an officer who's a fan, and he rips up the thing saying, "I don't want any fans. You want to be a fan? Go be a fan of Cap. He'll be more than happy to have you."
I can't wait for the woke Punisher video. Punisher gone woke. It's like, no, it's the same Punisher. Media literacy is dead, especially with that character.
But
it's easy to understand one-dimensional character you can't even comprehend. Cool.
Yeah, it's that. That's what I would want. Hopefully they do that. But yeah, with like Foggy and back with Foggy and Karen, if they recast, I'm not. You know, if they can get good enough actors for the role, then that's fine. If they want to choose to ignore those characters, I wouldn't. It wouldn't bother me that much because for the most part, it's usually anything for Daredevil, they usually just focuses on Daredevil because he, like you said, he isolates himself from a lot of people, and it's usually him against whoever he's trying to fight against, be it on the streets or in the courtroom. So it's like,
Exactly.
for me, it's not really an issue.
I say if they ended up recasting them, fine. You can still say it's the same one, and it's just a continuation. The 3 seasons of canon and all this is just recast. Shows do it all the time, right? It doesn't need anything. No, what's his name? Guy who plays Rhodey. How have I forgot his name? Don Cheadle.
Oh yeah.
Iron Man 1 still canon. That's just because Don Cheadle's not in it anymore.
I think
Mark Ruffalo and all that.
I think the reason for that one that's more accepting is because
it was early on. Like, he only had the one appearance.
Yeah, he only had the one appearance. That's the reason why it's more accepting. It's more accepting because he didn't really, fill the role. And I'm like, he didn't fill the role because he thought, he deserved more money. And it's like
wanting to evade those taxes.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the end of the day as well, we don't know the reason why they're not brought back. For all we know, it's scheduling.
Yeah.
I'd put money on they just can't make the shoot, and it's because this thing is a long shoot. They're essentially filming 3 seasons at once.
Oh wow!
I think it's 18 episodes, right? Like they're doing the entire thing at once. I don't think it's all going to drop at once. I think it's all going to be like split into 3, then act like 3 seasons.
I assume that, but I didn't think that they were going to go like the full 100 yards.
Yeah, they're literally filming the entire year for this show.
Yeah,
so it's like if they were busy, there's no doubt they can't make it.
Yeah, so if they were doing that, then it's probably scheduling issues for the most part, which is probably why if they are going to, they most likely want to recast Foggy and Karen.
Exactly. So, you also know there's certain scenes set in 2020, so we are going to see Daredevil in the blip. So it's not out of the realm possibility to be like, this whole thing might be set in that 5-year gap. We don't know.
they got blips.
They were blips. That's why they're not here. Easy as pie. People just need to take a deep breath, relax, and maybe think for a little bit that the doom and gloom isn't necessarily the actual reason why.
I mean, that's one of the reasons why I come at it with an open mind, because obviously certain aspects aren't going to be the same, but for people who want Netflix's Daredevil because they want the blood, the gore, the gritty, and they only focused on that when for all intents and purposes it's a great show, but it had some really questionable ideas and how to progress a story, and I would rather have a consistent story overall than good episodes and then what are Foggy and Karen up to, and it's not eventful, and then you guys, this is not the next Netflix Daredevil I remember, and I'm like, well, it kind of is, because it happens in a couple of episodes per season where Daredevil is trying to recuperate or doing something that's I guess puts him off his game, and then you have the secondary characters.
He stubs his toe.
Yeah. The secondary characters go off and just mess about, and nothing eventful comes. And then was it like Kingpin's off doing something? So Daredevil has to shake off that stub toe and get back to work. But yeah, it's just
those Netflix shows. Love them to death. I think no one's ever going to say a bad word about those shows, but they are some. Even at the time, people knew that there were some glaring problems. Like a lot of the pacing was up because of the 13 episode stretch and having to have like the 7th episode always be a filler. Like everyone knew that straight from the word jump with Daredevil season 1, but
which is why in some instances having at least like it being, or most shows being of this caliber, it would benefit to have for them to be around 8 to 10 episodes instead of 13, because that's what, from what I've seen, that's what a lot of hero shows fall prey under, is that, oh, we need 13 episodes. What can we do to pad that out, because we can't have everything be a consistent story beat. So like for me
Yeah, I
anyway.
never understood the episode length of, or the episode count of these sorts of shows. It's like just make it 10 and have a decent
Yeah.
budget. Like if you're going to, you should, mandate's 13. Just take the budget for a 13 and make 10, and you can have
Yeah.
10 better episodes.
Yeah. From what I've seen, it's a weird thing. That's why people get on shows for doing 13. Why don't you just do 8 to 10? You'll have better budget. You don't have to stretch shows out to where for the first 5 minutes of one episode, it's actually telling the story, and the characters mess about for like 15 20 minutes, and the continuation of that episode, and the next episode, just to pad stuff out, just to get the 13 prerequisites of episodes. So if shows were around 8 to 10, that'd be I guess more optimal in my eyes anyway.
Yeah, I agree with you there.